Today, I am going to try and install a blue plaque dedicated to the legendary English singer Nick Drake. But before that, who's Nick Drake? What's a blue plaque? And where am I? Let's find out. Nick Drake is one of the greatest singer-songwriters that England has ever produced. He made only 3 albums, which made little impact when they were released, but since then, these have gone on to be thought of as 3 of the greatest albums ever recorded. Quintessentially English, charming and poetic, Nick Drake is one of our great musical geniuses. Hailing from the charming rural idyll of Tamworth in Arden, a beautiful village between Stratford-upon-Avon and Birmingham. This is the house that Nick Drake grew up in. Down the road is his grave. But what about where he was born? Well, for that, we've got to go a bit further afield. Let's go. I'm here in Yangon, the biggest city in the country of Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, and behind us is the hospital where Nick Drake was born. Let's go and see if they'll let us install a blue plaque. Here's hoping. Yes, Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, is a Southeast Asian country that was part of the British Empire from 1824 to 1948. Nick, being born in 1948, was born in a newly independent Myanmar, but the family moved back to England by 1951. His mother, Molly Drake, was an Englishwoman, also born in the main city of Rangoon, now known as Yangon. She later met and married Nick's English father Rodney in the city and married him here in the Holy Trinity Cathedral. So whilst not being ethnically Burmese, Nick Drake's story is actually somewhat entwined with that of Yangon and Burma. Unfortunately, the history of Myanmar since then is quite complex, but since 2021 and a coup by the military, the civil war in Myanmar has entered a new phase, with groups around the country fighting against the ruling military government who took control during the pandemic. OK, so what's a blue plaque then? In the UK, the English Heritage Trust puts up blue plaques mostly inside Greater London in places where historic events have taken place, or where an important person was born, lived or died. So then, you may say, well, you're not the English Heritage Trust, so how can you do this? Well, in a shocking turn of events, it appears that outside of London there are also sites of interest. And so, local councils, heritage groups, families, and even in Nick Drake's case, the BBC, will commission their own plaques, also often blue. And so, blue plaques themselves are a kind of Wild West. Without the guiding hand of the English Heritage Trust to stop guerrilla memorials, anyone can be remembered anywhere for any reason. I used to live here in Yangon, and one night whilst listening to the music of Nick Drake, I looked him up on Wikipedia and I was shocked to find out that Nick Drake was born here in Yangon, or as it was known then, Rangoon. So I thought somebody should commission a blue plaque to remember that Nick Drake was born here. Years later, I, a man in the midst of a midlife crisis, is going to be that person who's going to commission a plaque to Nick Drake and try and install it. On a serious note, it cost 200 quid to get this plaque commissioned, and I paid for it by instalments with Klarna. If you think this is a worthwhile thing to support and not just a stupid idea, you can chuck us a few quid. The link will be below in the description. Oh, this is the medical superintendent. Hello, manager, Sheila. Manager.
Manager. What you doing?
England again, Galade.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, with my almost non-existent Burmese, we aren't exactly off to a flying start with this woman, who I'm assuming is some kind of security person, but could be a patient for all I know. And these, are these children or adults even? Anyway. We tried to come to an understanding, with me trying to remember from my Burmese lessons what singer and song was, and almost starting a game of charades. Ajin? La 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 la. Don't actually think I was that far off, to be honest with you. Ajin? La 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 la. I mean, what on earth must these people be thinking right now? Luckily for all of us, a lovely young doctor arrives to save the day, who understands what is wanted and relays this to the lady, who now seems to understand. However, I think that it was here that I made a crucial error. Video, yak me. Yeah. I was letting them know that I was filming, however, I think this embedded a misunderstanding that will arise later.
48မှာမွေးပြီးတော့84မှာဆက်မှာဒီမှာဒီအစီအဝဲဒီတော့ဂျူကန်မဟုတ်တဲ့နာမည်အဟောင်းတောင်းမွေးခဲ့
ရှိတယ်ကျဘာလည်းမသိဘူးရှိတယ်နာမည်တစ်ခုရှိတယ်
What's that old name?
Dunfermline,
Don Ferrin.
but maybe 60, 70, 80,
Yeah.
a long time ago. Independence.
Yeah.
Independence Day this week.
Year,
It's
like
one,
one
one
Lisa Koma. 47.
in 47 independence.
Yeah, yeah.
He was 1 year after.
After independence.
Yeah.
Beginning. So for making for your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've been rumbled. What kind of idiot would do something like this during a civil war? Must be a vlogger.
Don't look, please.
Yes.
It's like travel vlog.
Yeah, it's like a travel vlog. Like, comment, subscribe.
Where are we going now?
To the MS, the medical senior.
Okay.
Okay. So he managed this hospital.
Yeah.
So we have to inform first.
Absolutely. So the big boss is not here. We're going to speak to someone else. Or not. I don't know. Wow, check out. This is the original hospital.
Unfortunately, however, the MS or SMS or both were away for the holidays, and so it was decided that I would come back in a week and get it done. There is absolutely no way that this can go wrong.
All right, that lovely guy helped out massively with translation, and I think he's going to help us to get it installed. However, not today because the boss is away. So now we're going to have a time jump to where I skip to after the holidays. I'll probably still be wearing this awful shirt. Am I? Yeah, of course I am. It's 1 week later, and I think it's about time that we finally got rid of this plaque. So let's see if they'll accept it. Let's go. Let's see if I can find any of the same people I dealt with last time. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing all over again. Nilava. Piamme. Piamme. Oh.
I love the way that she's looking at me here like she's got no idea who I am. Oh, 6'3", white weirdos trying to install plaques turn up here all the time. I can't remember them all.
All right, so I bumped into the woman from last time. That's a good sign, at least. I think.
The list of poor Burmese people being dragged into my nonsense increases as these two ladies tried to help me and lead me into the hospital to wait for the senior medical superintendent.
So our SMS, senior medical superintendent, permit you, you can photo and you link this hospital. So we meet to our SMS. Yeah.
Okay.
Please go.
While struggling to get people to understand why I would want to get a plaque installed at this hospital, I found a plaque installed at this hospital commemorating its opening by the then Governor of Burma, Harcourt Butler. Well, if they've still got this up, then surely they've got space for old Nick Drake. Well, luckily for me, here comes the man with the answers, the senior medical superintendent. Oh no, it's just this guy. Have you got good news for me, sir?
Libido, noodles, size, cookie, brothers, performance cookie, SMS cookie, SMS news.
Now, the last thing I expected this guy to say was that I should go to Naypyidaw. Why? Well, Naypyidaw is a newly purpose-built capital city almost devoid of people, some 7 hours away from Yangon. Now, I like a side quest as much as the next person, but I was totally baffled by what they expected me to do when I got to Naypyidaw.
No, baby. Okay.
No, brother. Okay. Brother, news, SMS news. SMS news.
SMS not here?
Yes.
Namalibu. Namalibu.
Yeah.
နေပြီးတော့ဖိုတိုနေပြီးတော့ဟို
Is it Naypyidaw?
Yes.
Look, quite clearly these people want rid of me, and I get that, but I can't just leave without knowing what's going on, and I can't just go to Naypyidaw, because then what? Who should I see? Who should I speak to? This side quest needs more information. Unfortunately, this poor random guy that they've roped in isn't going to be the one to give me that information.
Hello, mister. That was problem. His needs you need Naypyidaw.
What is being explained is that I need to go to Naypyidaw to get permission, because I want to film the whole hospital and conduct an interview with the SMS. I don't want to do that, so I'm not entirely sure where this idea came from. I think it's around the time that I told them I was filming, but mostly it's one person hearing or imagining this, telling it to another person who again passes it on in a strange game of Burmese whispers. Because of the civil war, there is a high level of fear, distrust and suspicion in official state services in Myanmar. In my opinion, being seen receiving a gift from a foreigner during this time is simply too problematic for any hospital official who might then get secretly reported to higher-ups. It's simply not worth the problems it would cause, and so before anyone will even speak to me, they need to get it rubber stamped from Naypyidaw so that they are protected in case anyone tries to use it against them. Also, sometimes in Asia, in order to save face, people will send you on a wild goose chase rather than say no to your face. And it felt to me that I was being sent on a fool's errand to the heart of the military-industrial complex in the midst of a civil war in order to get told, we don't want your plaque. Welcome to a light-hearted video here on the Don't Look East channel. Eventually, an official did come out and told me to come back at 2. I did come back at 2, by which time she'd procured a baby.
Hello, Mingalaba.
ဟုတ်ဟုတ်ခဏလေးနော်
တမီရှိတယ်
ဟင်
တမီရှိလား
no no သူများကလေး
Okay.
This time, however, I was fully given the brush off and finally gave up. For now. I'll be back in Yangon at some point to try again, probably with a translator.
What a shame. What a shame. Wouldn't it have looked nice? Look. It would have looked so nice, wouldn't it? Oh well, time to go. Thank you for joining me so far. Sorry it ends in disappointment. What do I do with you now, eh? Who knows? Alright. See you next time.
Despite the silliness, this is a video made out of love for the music of Nick Drake. And it is a video about Nick Drake. But it is also about Myanmar. I didn't want to exaggerate the role that Burma played in the Nick Drake story, but it is there. And when I visited his grave, I'm sure that the inscription on the back means a lot of different things. But to me, I couldn't help thinking about Burma and its people. Thanks.